Hey everyone! Welcome back to Money Tailors, the channel where we break down all things personal finance to help you tailor your financial future. Today's topic is one that's hitting all of us hard: inflation. Yep, it's not just a buzzword anymore. It's our reality, and it looks like it's here to stay for a while. But don't worry, in today's video, I'm going to share some practical, actionable tips on how to thrive financially in a high inflation world. By the end of this video, you'll have a roadmap for managing your money smarter, not harder. And trust me, you don't want to miss the last tip. It's a game changer. But before we dive in, do me a favor, hit that like button if you're ready to fight inflation head on, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm dropping financial gems every week, and you don't want to miss out. Alright, let's get into it. Inflation, what does it really mean for you? Well, it means the cost of living is going up. Groceries, gas, rent, they're all taking bigger bites out of your wallet. But here's the thing, while prices go up, your salary not always keeping pace. It's frustrating, right? But we're not just here to complain, we're here to strategize. Step 1. Rework your budget. Inflation edition now. The first thing we need to do when inflation hits is to rework your budget. If you're still using the same budget you had pre-inflation, it's time for an upgrade. This isn't about cutting out all the fun stuff. It's about smarter spending. Here's a quick tip. Start by categorizing your expenses into essentials and non-essentials. Essentials are things like rent, utilities, groceries, the must-haves. But even within your essentials, there's room to optimize. Have you noticed how food prices have skyrocketed? Yeah, me too. So, think about meal planning and bulk buying. If you're buying groceries without a plan, you're likely spending more than you need to. Pro tip: apps like Honey or Rakuten help you find coupons and cashback deals, which can make a noticeable dent in your grocery bill. Oh, and here's something interesting. If you stick around until the end of the video, I'll be sharing a specific tool that can help you save hundreds annually on your essential purchases. Step 2. Invest in inflation-protected assets. Okay, now let's talk about investing. Inflation doesn't just affect what you spend, it also impacts your savings. Keeping money sitting in a traditional savings account right now, you're losing buying power every day. Scary, I know. Here's the key: look for inflation-protected investments. One of the best options is Treasury inflation-protected securities, TIPS. These are government bonds specifically designed to help protect your money from inflation. As inflation rises, so does the value of TIPS. So, while everyone else is losing ground, you're standing firm. Pretty neat, huh? And if you're into the stock market, consider investing in sectors that tend to do well during inflation. Think consumer staples like food and healthcare. People still need to eat and stay healthy, no matter what's happening with prices. That's why companies in these sectors tend to weather inflation storms better than others. By the way, stick around because later I'll tell you about a specific investment that's been outperforming the stock market during inflation, and no, it's not crypto. Step 3. Develop multiple income streams. Now, let's be real for a second. Cutting back and saving is important, but the best way to beat inflation: increase your income. Relying on just one income stream, especially in times like this, is risky. You've got to diversify. Think about starting a side hustle or creating passive income streams. Maybe it's renting out a room on Airbnb, starting a small e-commerce business, or even investing in dividend stocks. The key is to bring in additional revenue without having to exchange too much more of your time. And here's where the magic happens: that extra income you make, use it to invest more or pay off high-interest debt faster. This is where you really start to get ahead, no matter what inflation is doing. Oh, and speaking of passive income, If you've got any side hustle ideas you're curious about, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to know what you're working on, and who knows, maybe we'll feature one in an upcoming video. Step 4. Inflation-proof your debt. It's one of those things we wish we could avoid, but most of us can't. The good news: not all debt is bad during inflation. In fact, if you have fixed-rate debt, like a mortgage or car loan, you're in a good spot. As inflation rises, the real value of that debt decreases because you're paying it off with dollars that are worth less. Weird, right? But true. On the flip side, if you've got variable rate debt like credit cards or personal loans, you're at risk. As interest rates climb, so do your payments. This is where you want to take action. If you can, consider refinancing into a fixed-rate loan while interest rates are still manageable. And here's a bonus tip: pay off high-interest debt as quickly as possible. Not only does it free up cash for you to invest, but it also shields you from those rising rates. Final tip: stay flexible and educate yourself. Finally, to thrive during inflation, you've got to stay flexible. Inflation can shift quickly, so it's essential to regularly check in on your budget, your investments, and your income streams. Stay educated, stay nimble, and keep looking for opportunities to grow. Speaking of education, you're already on the right track by watching this video. And if you found any of these tips helpful, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I've got so much more coming your way, including that game-changing tool I mentioned earlier that can help you save big on everyday expenses. Want to know what it is? It's called iBotta. This app gives you cash back on groceries, clothing, and even online purchases, and it's 100% free. Seriously, who doesn't love free money? I've personally saved hundreds just by using it, and it's an absolute must-have during high inflation. Alright, folks, that's it for today's video. Remember, inflation might be tough, but with the right strategies, you can thrive, not just survive. Drop a comment below if you've got any questions or tips of your own. I read them all. And of course, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, stay savvy, stay smart, and let's make your money work for you. See you in the next video.